Nobody likes today's high gasoline prices. That is probably the understatement of the summer. And we've heard people talk for quite some time about how they just cannot afford to fill up their big, thirsty vehicles. But for the first time, we are seeing that consumers are putting their money where their mouth is. The sales are showing that big trucks, SUVs, pickups, those sales have fallen off dramatically, and people are in fact buying small cars. In May, we saw the Toyota Corolla, the Camry, the Honda Civic, and the Honda Accord. Each of them outsold the Ford F-150. And what is hugely significant about that is the F-150 has been the top-selling vehicle in the U.S. for about 17 years. So we're not just seeing a cyclical blip here. There is a real fundamental shift going on. And the automakers, they are listening. And we've just heard some dramatic announcements from both Ford and GM that they are going to drastically cut the number of trucks and SUVs that they make in the future, to the extent of closing down plants, laying off thousands of workers. You're probably going to see nameplates go away. The Hummer brand itself is up for review. There may not be a Hummer in the future. So there are dramatic steps being taken, and small car production, they're increasing that. Everybody's looking at bringing out new cars. We've got a next generation Chevy Aveo on the way, another new compact from GM, the Chevy Volt, which is the plug-in electric car. That's got the official green light to go on sale at the end of 2010. Ford's got their Fiesta coming in 2010, and they've just told us that in addition to a sedan, because there's so much demand for smaller cars now, a hatch will be coming as well. So they are taking the necessary steps. The pendulum is moving to small cars. There's a caveat to that, because sure, when you make a big car, a big SUV, it takes longer to make it. It has more features. It has more content. It also has a lot more profit. Small cars have a much smaller profit margin. In some cases, automakers have to sell 10 small cars to get the profit of a single luxury SUV. So going forward, they have to figure out how to build and sell small cars profitably if that's what the people want now. They're going down the right road, because we just got the results of the latest productivity survey, something called the Harbor Report, a scorecard of how everyone is doing in North America. And for the first time, the top 6 automakers, you'd have your big 3, your Ford, Chrysler, and GM, as well as Nissan, Toyota, and Honda. All 6 of them are incredibly close. The gap is only about 3.5 hours between the top and the bottom. And the top has become very interesting because Chrysler, for the first time, ties with Toyota as the most productive automaker out there. This all bodes very well for them. These are the steps they have to take. But productivity does not guarantee profitability. And herein is another challenge, because Honda and Nissan, for every vehicle that they build and that they sell, they're making about $1,600 in profit. Toyota is making about $700. The big 3, on the other hand, Ford is losing about $1,500 on every vehicle that they build. And that number is about $700 for GM and about $400 for Chrysler. So they do have a huge problem here. They have to be able to buy and sell these small cars profitably. And the company that can do that in the future is the company that's going to be a winner.